Welcome, drone video fans. My name is Bill, and in this 7-minute video we're going to take a look at the Mechanicsville Covered Bridge in Ashtabula County in northeastern Ohio. This is a bridge we shot about 6 years ago with the XK-X380, but you know, that was a kind of a primitive UAV compared to the Autel Evo. And we just took off here, and we're getting set to take a look at it. Before we did that, I wanted to go over here by the Grand River Manor. You can see where it says good food, cold beer, and lousy service. This is the oldest inn or tavern in the county. It was established in 1847. Now we swing around and take a look at the bridge itself, which was built in 1867, right 20 years after that tavern, and just after the American Civil War. And we're going to fly up on here and take not a real long look at it, but it's kind of interesting to see how it's weathered in the past 6 years that we haven't been out here to take a look at it. But some interesting points. I mentioned that it was built in 67, and it's this site here is also over the Grand River. We're going to kind of sneak in here, and you're going to see some arches on either side of the interior, and those arches are 15 layers of 2x8s. And so you can imagine the amount of, they're arched like this, and there's dynamic pressure and tension on those things. You can imagine how much strength they have. So this is a very strong bridge with the trusses and that big archway. The bridge was renovated in 2003, and they added a metal roof. So I was not only getting proximity alerts from the Autel Evo's sensors, from being inside here, but I got this far in, and I noticed my satellite count, GPS satellite count, had dropped down to like 4, and I didn't want to have any unexpected surprises, so we decided to come back out and do some take some views of it from the outside. Now, again, the Autel Evo has got some proximity sensors in the front that warn you if you're going to crash into anything. So making my way through this gap here with the trees on the right and the bridge on the left, they were just going off constantly. And it's just, that's why the flying seems a little bit slowed. But and we get past it here, and then I wanted to turn around and then back away from the bridge itself. But as soon as we turned and faced the bridge, the alarms went off again. So we were constantly fighting the alarms. And of course, when the alarms go off, the Evo goes into a real slow mode, controlled slow motion, so that you don't really crash into anything. But we're turning here now. We're looking back to the east, and we're looking up river because the water is running towards us. So I guess you would describe this as upriver. And we're going to fly a distance upriver here to the east, then turn around and kind of get like a eastern beauty shot of the side of the bridge to let you see what it looks like. And it really does look kind of nice from a distance. Imagine being in a canoe, and there's a lot of people that do canoeing and rafting on this river. But we'll turn around here in a moment, and you'll be able to see the bridge from an eastern view, and it looks pretty nice. There's some debris in the river, and the water is kind of muddy looking because springtime. There's a lot of that silt and mud being churned up. There's the road that runs alongside this the river, and we'll be looking at the side, the eastern face of the bridge here, and there you see it. It looks really nice from a distance here, and I can, again, imagine paddling down this river, even in the when it was built back in the mid to late 1800s. That would be really a nice sight to see from the side here. And we're gonna just get a view of it here, and again with that metal roof added during the 2003 renovation. I didn't want to risk going underneath it, so we're just going to fly over the top here, look down on the roof, and then continue over the top of it, over the road and down in a westerly direction towards the what would be the Harper's Field bridge where we saw those fishermen. Again, that's like 4.5 miles from this point right here. So we're gonna go over this road, and when I did this shoot 6 years ago, I flew over this road. There was I was an inadvertent hazard there. I stopped a couple of truckers that were going by there, and they got out of their trucks and came over and talked to me. I was standing on the side of the road, so this time I didn't make myself so obtrusive, and I stood back by the car in the parking lot, so nobody really stopped to ask me what I was doing. We're turning real slow here, and the Evo does a very nice job of doing slow pans, and it really makes them look good. Here's a shot from the west, beauty shot from the west, and on the right side of the bridge you'll see a square that sort of looks like a patch from a quilt. And that's intentional. There's also beside the covered bridge trail, there's a patch trail in Ashtabula County where buildings of historic value have these quilt patches on them, and you can get a list of the places and go and visit them. This is just one of almost 200 different structures that have those patches on them. And we're heading back to the little small parking lot across from the Grand River Manor that we first looked here, and we're kind of trying to step away from the landing pad there. And as always, we're going to back in the Evo so that we don't have to deal with the proximity sensors in the front, the collision sensor. So anyways, it was nice to get out here and visit the bridge again. Hope you enjoyed this short 7-minute video. Leave a comment if you're so inclined, and come back again when we put something new up, and we always try to have something nice.